let's move back into the
Yeah,
DLC real
sorry, got
quick.
on a bit of a tangent.
I mean, it's really interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But all right. So of course, I feel like this is something that should be talked about. Is creating stories. How do you feel about shipping the characters? The overall that kind
How
of
do I
that.
feel about shipping the characters?
Yeah. And if you
Hmm.
do, which one's your favorite, and which one do you hate?
Um. Well, I think anyone who has read my stories might know that I might have a slight preference to a particular ship involving Natsuki and Yuri. um. So that's the one true pairing. That's the OTP. Um. So I think like the three like best pairings would be like Natsuki Yuri, Sayori MC, and then Monica Player, right?
sounds good enough for me.
Yeah. But I think a case could be made for Sayonika if it's established that like both it doesn't take place in the game and also that MC isn't present. I think in those cases where it's like it's very clear that like it's in a alternate universe where they're not in a game and Monica obviously didn't kill everyone.
That's
Um
very important. That's a very important part.
yeah. So I
So
think yeah, like, I think like as long as you have that stipulation, I think Sayori Monica can work. But in canon, I think you'd be hard pressed to make a compelling case that Sayori would have any kind of like. I could definitely see them being friends afterwards. Like I could see them like make. I actually wrote a story about that. What was it called? It was called Fragmented Forgiveness.
uh
Yeah, where Sayori at after the good ending restores Monica's character file, and they kind of like have a little chat, like her motives and such.
then Siri comes to forgive Monica.
Um, yeah, because she doesn't like justify Monica's actions, but she can kind of see where she was coming from. If that makes sense.
Yeah, she becomes a full-on Monica.
Yeah,
That's where I stand myself. Um, and going back to your favorite couple,
yeah.
why is it why is it that one for you? Like some sort of opposites attract kind of deal?
The next year, I had a girlfriend a while ago where they, personality wise, they were very much like Natsuki, where I was very much like Yuri.
All right,
Like she was a lot more not I'm not sure if confidence the right word. Assertive. She was a
there you
lot more
go.
assertive than me, and I was also like 5 inches taller than her, and I was like very quiet and she liked to party and I like to like read, but
Did you have purple hair and she had pink hair?
um, that she had some blue highlights. So and I did have pink hair back then, so we did have the
It was like a
the
mix-up.
anime hair. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, on the
But I
topic.
also just think I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Oh, don't worry.
I
Finish
I
your
had a
thought,
little
please.
bit more to say. Yeah.
Please.
I do think that they their personalities complement each other very well. Like you have a very blue only red only thing going on with them, where they I don't think they necessarily hate each other, um but they help to balance each other out so that you don't have one like super extreme on either end. So like um you don't have like Natsuki going off on everyone, and you don't have Yuri kind of getting too into like her and stuff. So they kind of help to bring the best out of the other person.
Interesting. Well, of course, it's not supposed to be part of the original story, but what do you think is what stands between the original context of the game, like because we're supposed to see them as flaws to each other. Story.
Yeah. So you're asking like what's I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Well, basically, it's like you mentioned that you feel that their personalities complement each other, and I agree.
Yeah.
But of course, if we were back to like to say like why did that didn't like what did that
What made them fight in the story?
yeah why do they not get along?
Um, I think um they they both obviously want to impress MC. Um, and I think just having that new presence in, because I think it's either Natsuki or Sayori. They both mention at different points. I think Natsuki mentions it in Act 2, whereas Sayori mentions it obviously in Act 1 because she's not in Act 2. That before MC arrived, they didn't fight like that.
Right? Yeah, she
So
just said that.
yeah, so I do think that just not even necessarily that they were immediately attracted to him because like they obviously still fight if you pursue Sayori, but I just think having that like new presence in the room, like Natsuki has this conflicting feeling of not wanting to get close to people because she doesn't want to have that connection taken away from her, but she also knows that MC likes manga, so that's like kind of like this one avenue where she has someone she can relate to.
Yeah.
Whereas Yuri, she she mentions pretty much outside of the club she doesn't talk to anyone else. So I think just having that new presence in there kind of tipped the scales a bit. And of course, like Monica could have been doing like stuff in the background as well.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Tampering.
Yeah.